Hey everyone, it's Ordinary Cheese Wizard, and welcome back to a special summoning session, this time for Choose Your Legends 9. This is a pretty exciting video, so let's go ahead and get started. So first, I want to talk about the units themselves, just based on my initial perception of them. I think that they actually did a really good job this year, because overall, I wasn't super excited for anyone really except Sharena. The other units I don't super care about. Satachi, close your ears. I guess I should have warned you to close your ears before I dissed Byleth, but anyway, I was looking forward to Sharena, and then the other units I was just interested to see what they were going to do, especially because Baldur just came out, Mythic Baldur came out, so I was like, are they gonna copy that? Are they gonna do something new? What is gonna happen? And I think they were actually decently creative. Some of the stuff is kind of nutty. Like, Byleth's range is really crazy. Baldur being able to change her color is super crazy. And I just feel like that means Emblem Leaf is on the way. I just have a feeling, because that was his effect in Engage. I know it. I know he's coming. I think that's going to be an Emblem Ring effect. So, if I'm right, you heard it here first. So, I'm pretty excited. I think it's always fun to try and get a copy of each of the units, just to have them. Usually, in the past, at least one of them has evaded me, and I don't get them until like the next year, which is super annoying. But I have a lot of orbs saved up, so I'm hoping to get at least one copy of everyone, and then maybe a second copy for fodder, just because they all have some interesting fodder. Oh my gosh, okay. Look at that. It's Baldur. Okay. Plus attack, minus HP. I don't really care about IVs, especially if I can get more than one copy, and then I can just pick whichever is best. But yeah. Okay. Should I end the summoning session here? Okay. 2 Baldurs in 1 circle. That's wild. That feels really lucky. Okay, and an Erica. What? Erica, I already have you at plus 10. Okay, and let's see. Will this be another 5-star? No. Okay. Still, that was a super lucky circle. 2 Baldurs already. I guess then I don't really have to summon on blue. But I probably still will, just so that I can get to Spark faster. Because I'm definitely going to do at least 1 Spark. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about are my art predictions. So similar to last year, I only got 1 right. Because this game hates me. And there were definitely some weird things. I guess really, overall, the moral of the story is that it's really hard to predict who's going to draw each of the characters, and that if IS sets a pattern... Oh, it's Byleth! Case in point, if they set a pattern, they absolutely love to break it. So, last year we got Robin in the same outfit, drawn by the same artist as Robin. So obviously, I thought if they did that for Byleth, we would also get Byleth, drawn by the same artist in the same outfit. But guess what? They chose not to do that. And luckily, we did not get Sophis Regalia Byleth, which I'm really excited about, because I hate that outfit. But interestingly, they put Byleth in an academy uniform. And it also is like Ashen Wolves colored, which is even weirder. I have questions. He has a hat. I don't know. I do think the art's really great. I just am like, why? And also that they picked pre-time skip. So this absorption Byleth. But I'm not complaining. I do think that was like a cool interpretation. And that artist is Mebaru, who has not drawn any other CYL units. They've only drawn one other unit in the entire game, which is Resplendent Dimitri. So I feel like there was just no way I was ever going to be able to predict that one, based on just the fact that their only game credit is Resplendent Dimitri. So that was a nice surprise, because I think they did a great job. I hope we get to see more Mebaru art. Speaking of patterns, they did repeat a pattern, which was making Shirena drawn by the same artist who drew Alphonse, which is Niji Hayashi, and she looks amazing. I think that was a great decision. I really don't have anything else to say. Do I think it's a little bit boring that she's dressed as Henriette? Yes. Is that what I thought she was going to look like? Yes. Does she still look awesome? Also yes. And then, let's see, we have Aike, who is drawn by Nishike Araku. Also did not predict that in the slightest. That artist has drawn a bunch of characters for Faye, but I thought that maybe we would get like a Kozaki Yusuke, or, you know, maybe one of the other artists like Pipoko. But no, we got brand new Aike artist. And then we have Boulder, and Boulder was drawn by Manabe Okada, who has just drawn Fagato, Halloween Tamara, and Resplendent Soren, which is a very, I mean, I guess, like, Fagato and Tamara are related, but then Resplendent Soren, like, what? So, yeah, there was no way. Oh my gosh, another Byleth. Okay. 25 summons in, and I've already gotten 4 focus units. That is pretty dang good. Really hoping to get some Shirenas. Anyway, so yeah, Baldur's artist, not drawn any CYL units before, only drawn 3 characters in Fae. I mean, that was also gonna be really hard to predict. So I don't feel that bad that I only got 1 correct. And I guess it just means in the future I was gonna say I have nowhere to go but up, but that's not true. I could get all of them wrong. Plus, a lot of my predictions are based on the past, and then it's just like artists that I want to see draw characters, so. The other interesting thing about this year is it's the first time that Wada Sachiko has not drawn anybody in CYL, which makes me sad because I love Wada's art style, and I think any of the characters would have looked great, but now I'm like, why? Wada has been a staple of CYL, and I feel like maybe there's drama, but probably not. Also, Kita Senri, who had drawn 5 characters, didn't draw anybody, and neither did Kozaki Yusuke, which is super surprising to me, at least because of Eikthenir, who Kozaki had drawn before. But I guess this year they didn't care about who had drawn the characters before because Maeshima Shigeki didn't draw Boulder, Kozaki didn't draw anybody, and there were several brand new artists, so who the heck knows how they decide this. There's usually at least 1 new artist every CYL that gets brought in, but I feel like this year was maybe, I'm looking, yeah, it's got like none of the usual suspects, so that is pretty interesting. But I'm sorry if you were really relying on my predictions and I have disappointed you, but the main message here is that it's really hard to predict, and I think it probably has to do... Oh hey, it's Severa. She has the funniest little, like, frowny face. And Fallen Veil. This is another really lucky circle. What was I talking about? I got distracted by having good luck. Oh, artist schedules. I think it probably comes down to, like, who's drawing what. Like, I'll be really interested to see if we get Wada art in the future, or like around this time. I mean, Wada did just draw Leaf, so maybe that's why they didn't draw somebody for CYL, but I feel like in the past we've also gotten Wada art near CYL. I could be wrong about that, but it basically just means every year it's going to be a surprise. There are probably going to be some familiar artists and some that you would have to kind of stretch your brain to think of who they had drawn before. I think the craziest one to me is Byleth, because that artist has only drawn one other Fae character. Which I do really like their version of Dimitri. But it just seems like CYL is such a big deal because it's like, that's who the fans voted for. But I'm super stoked with the art. I think they all turned out really great. Another Ishtar. I have gotten a lot of Ishtars lately. Like, in the past, there are some years where I'm like, I don't, like, love that art. Like, Brave Lysithia. Just, I don't vibe with that. And, like, Brave Crom. He just looks so cranky. I've never been able to get over that. But this year, I think they all look amazing. I am really excited for people who voted for them, who are looking forward to it, because I don't think there's a dud in this bunch. Alright, let's spark Sharena. Woohoo! Yeah, her art is just so cute. I'm also really curious because now that both Alphonse and Sharena have Brave versions, drawn by the same artist, could they update their art in the game? Like, could we see them in those outfits in the story? I guess Anna would need to be redrawn, but like, I don't know, just make her Ascended or Aided or something, and then they can update her art too. I just feel bad, they've been in the same outfits for so long. Oh my gosh, a Nurgle, this is amazing. I've been wanting to give his A skill to Kyria forever. Remember when I tried to summon for Arlen? Okay, that's great. I'm gonna feed him to Lilina. Oh, this is really exciting. That was such a good off-focus unit to pull. And I'm at full scan bubbles. Wait, how did I get the full scan bubble? Oh, Vale, Sebera, and Nurgle. Gotcha. I thought they were trying to scam me. I'm interested to see who people think is the best unit to pull for. That's the other reason I like to have a copy of everybody, because historically I just pulled for whoever I like the most, and then I'm disappointed because they are usually deemed like the worst in terms of longevity, which is fine because I'm not trying to like be meta or anything. Oh, boars. Your hair is so bright and insane. Okay. I don't know if I'm gonna go to the second spark. I guess it kind of depends. Like, if I can get an 8 kind of early, then I'll probably stop. Because I also have my free pull. So I already have 2 copies of Boulder and Byleth. I have 1 copy of Sharena, so if I could pull an Ache, then I can decide who I want to use my free pull on. And then I could stop summoning. Yeah, why not? We're already here. We have orbs. I like Sharena. I'm excited that she's a mage. Alright. 2 boring circles. And since I have scam bubbles, I don't know if it makes sense for me to go on red or blue. Oh my gosh, I wish they had made Resplendent Sheena not have a cape. Okay, at least there's 1 green. Colorless stones, though. The game does not want me to have a copy of Ache. Okay, there we go. That's a little better. Yeah, let's do the greens. I feel like with Boulder, the main fodder is Arch Rival, because I have a bunch of copies of Alm with Speed Taker. Also kind of crazy that, like, we still don't have momentum except for Sigurd. Like, I feel like maybe they could have given that to Boulder. Okay, where are the colorless stones? I'm honestly so stoked that I pulled Nurgle. trying to get that skill, and it always feels bad to summon for fodder. But now I don't have to try and get Arlen. Okay, jeez. My kingdom for some colorless stones. The game was like, you got Boulder and Byleth super early, so be grateful. And I'm like, that is not part of my plan. I'll be ungrateful until I have a copy of everyone. Yep, that was burly enough for me. Oh no, what's happening? Okay, Portrait froze my device for a second. He was just too manly. We're gonna close out on that. I'm scared now. Okay, 2. Still have full scan bubbles. Oh my gosh. Yulia, my new nemesis. I'm feuding with a child. Okay. This is starting to hurt my feelings. Okay. Just trying to get Ache. Or Sharena. That would be fine too. And I know it would make sense to do full circles, but I really don't want more than one copy of Byleth or Boulder. And if for some reason I change my mind, I still have my free summon. So I'm sorry if that bothers you. Alright, come on. Finally! Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, minus attack plus defense, that's fine, whatever. We will try for Sharena again. And it's Bowie. Okay. I am at 69 out of 80 summons. Nice. I think I should just go to Spark, see if I can get anything on the way there. I know this is sunken cost fallacy, but not really, because there's a guaranteed Spark. So I could definitely pick up another copy of Ache. Jessie. I'm always like, who is that? And then I could use my free pull for another copy of Sharena. Good thing I sparked her. And good thing I'm not trying to plus 10 her. This was bad Sharena luck. Alrighty. We're almost there. have to do 2 more circles, which is unfortunate, but that's okay. Hey! Okay, awesome. So I can definitely spark Ache, and then I'll have 2 copies of everyone. And then I can use my free summon on whoever I feel like in the future. I usually like to use that pretty early because I know I'm going to accidentally press it because they put it as the first banner. And I just know I'm going to press it one day by accident. So if I can make a good decision and not give myself time to do that, then that seems like what I should do. But I honestly don't know what the consensus is at this point on who is the best, who people think will stick around the longest. I know it's definitely mode dependent. Like for AR, people are pretty excited about Ache. I think Baldur's effects seem really cool, but Baldur and Byleth don't really have that much fodder that's super useful for me. Okay. Well. Alright, we're gonna just do that and then get out of here. There could be an Ache in this circle, but we got to 80, so we're just gonna spark him. And there he is. So overall, this was incredibly successful for me. I don't think I've ever done this well in a CYL in my life. I had a bunch of orbs saved up, so obviously that helps, but I was able to go to the second spark and get 2 copies of each unit, which is amazing. And I still have my free summon to use. I'm also stoked about that Nurgle. And getting Sever is pretty cool too. And even Fallen Veil. So Pity Breakers were honestly not terrible. And now I get to go play with the CYL units. Let me know in the comments who your favorite is, who you're most excited to use, if one of your favorite characters got some new updated art and some fancy skills. I love to hear from their fan clubs. Let me know what you think about my art predictions. Did you predict anybody correctly? And if you picked Meru, I'm going to need you to pick some lottery numbers for me. Happy CYL season. I hope it went well for you and that you're enjoying using these units, or I guess foddering them, or if you're an absolute hater, then turning them into feathers. If you've done any cool builds with their fodder, definitely let me know because that's something I'm going to be thinking about. And if you like this video, you can like it, you can leave me a comment. If you're not subscribed already, what the heck are you doing? Hit that button, and maybe you'll get a video from me like once a month. And with that, as always, keep it cheesy.